Hi guys, I'm Sarika and welcome to your Knowledge Buddy. Since September intake students are getting ready to come to the UK, I'm getting lots of questions from the students and hence it will be good to address all those questions together in this video, which is how to find your accommodation and which type of accommodation is better for students. So I'll cover the top 5 ways to find accommodations in the UK, and at the end I will give you some of my recommendations and tips that will help you in the long run. So let's look at option 1, on-campus accommodation. So the first option is on-campus accommodation, which is the easiest and the most comfortable way of finding accommodations in the UK. So all the details about on-campus accommodations will be provided on your university's website. Example, Coventry University, you can use this link. So let's understand the positive and negative points about taking on-campus accommodation. So let's start with positive point. Number 1, it's the safest place for you guys as students, as in most of the cases these accommodations will be within the campus. Number 2, you'll be able to make new friends and grow your friend circle quite soon, and you'll be able to network with more and more people like your seniors and more local people. In fact, there are lots of local British students as well who would be living in campus accommodations, so you can bond with them and learn some tips and techniques which can help you in the long run. Number 3, also you will be able to save money on your public transport. Now let's look at the negative point. So number 1 is little expensive as compared to off-campus accommodations due to safety reasons. Now option number 2, off-campus accommodations, which is via university, which is private accommodations. So few of the universities provide information about the private accommodations on their website as well. But before you choose that, make sure it's not very far from your university so that you don't have to spend a lot on the public transport. So I will give you 3 tips here. Number 1, if you know how to ride a bicycle, you can buy that to save money on the public transport. Number 2, if you want to buy a bicycle, you can check Halfords website, or if you want to save money, buy it from Facebook Marketplace, as you may get it for as cheap as £20 as well. Also make sure to buy the lock so that you can tie it safely, as the bicycle gets stolen very easily. So just be a little careful there. Number 3, so if your university is having most of the classes online, then you can ignore the distance and can avail any cheap accommodations that suits you for the interim basis. Also, since these accommodations are verified by the university, you don't need to worry if it's fraud or not. Again, while browsing your accommodation, you may see shared accommodations will be cheaper as compared to the independent accommodation. So I would suggest you guys opt for shared accommodation, as it will be cheaper and pocket friendly. Also, it will help you network with other students and grow your friend circle. Now, option number 3, Facebook Marketplace. In today's world, you will probably find everything on Facebook Marketplace. So you can also find accommodations as well easily on Facebook Marketplace. So please make sure you go and check it out for yourself. Now, option number 4, Gumtree. So what is Gumtree? Gumtree is the online classified adverts site in the UK, which has always been the top choice for landlords looking to rent out their properties. Firstly, because it's free to use and you can simply post your property ad on the site for prospective tenants to see. Secondly, adverts on Gumtree generally produce a good response rate. Hence, make sure you also check out this website to find your dream accommodation. Now, option number 5, other websites like flatmates.com or spareroom.com are common websites which can use to find accommodation for yourself. Also, these are mostly on sharing basis. However, if you don't want sharing accommodation, you can look at websites like Zoopla and rightmove.com, where you can find property which are independent. From my knowledge, if you want an independent house in your name, you need a guarantor to sign your rent agreement. So please make sure you find your guarantor before you find this independent property. Now it's time for some recommendation and some tips. So my recommendation is you can start with on-campus accommodation for a couple of months, and once you are familiar with the place and people, you can move out to save your money. However, please make sure you read the accommodation contract papers, as the contract duration may vary and you may have to pay the penalty if you break the contract in between your terms. Also, when you make friends here, you all can discuss the cost and check how many more are willing to step out to save money like you. It's always nice to live and share accommodation with friends rather than strangers. Also, when you move into shared accommodation, there are high chances that one of your flatmates may be of a different gender, which may sound weird to you guys, but this is quite common in the UK. So if you're not comfortable with this setup, you should not take the shared accommodation or take the accommodation where you have the same gender. Also, another important point to remember is that if you're finding a room via private landlords like Facebook, Gumtree and others, make sure you do your due diligence first. Transfer the money into the landlord account only when you sign the rent agreement, and read all the rent agreement clauses before transferring the money, like read about notice period, read about advance deposit, read about broadband, water, utility bill is included or not. So make sure to click the room pictures and share it with the landlord via email for future use. When you transfer funds via bank account, mention in the description like rent, advance payment in the description. The reason for doing this is that in UK laws are quite strict, and if you have the right evidence, you can get your money back in the case of any issues or fraud that you may face. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you still have any questions, make sure to leave your comments in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the video till the end, and I'll see you soon with my next video. Till then, keep planning.